What's up? Thank you for joining me on Pelvic Gaming. Lady Pelvic here, bringing you my exposition on Tales of Symphonia 2, Dawn of a New World. Now, before I start, I just want to give you a little history of Tales and me. I started off with Tales of Grace's F, then Exilia, then Abyss, and then Symphonia 1 and 2. I wanted to see what the hype was about. Symphonia 1, great game. Symphonia 2, not as good as the first one, but not a terrible game. But here I wanted to discuss my thoughts and my opinions and where it went right and where it kind of fell off. So the story starts off with the two worlds have finally combined, and it's Silveranti and Tethys Islands, and they're not getting along. The two worlds are just not colliding as smoothly as planned. Now, in addition to that, the weather is going really crazy. I mean, places that were deserts in the first game were now winters, and there's earthquakes happening, and the wind is spiraling out of control, and it's just a bunch of weird things going on in the world. You don't know why. Now, when you first play the game, it starts off with you see Lloyd burning down buildings and killing innocents, and you're like, whoa, Lloyd, what happened? You know, it picks up really quick. And what you find out is monsters are going crazy also. It's like more monsters are in the area than normal. And it turns out the demon lord, Ratatosk, let's just talk about that for a second. Don't you feel like you need maracas when you say that? Ratatosk, Ratatosk, Ratata! But anyways, so the demon lord Ratatosk is sleeping, and that's why all these monsters are going amok. And each monster has an element. Because each monster has an element, Ratatosk has a minion known as a Centurion designated to that element. So water monsters is a water Centurion. Dark elemental monsters have a darkness Centurion, etc. And some of the Centurions are sleeping. The Centurions are the minions who keep the monsters intact. So it's kind of like monsters, Centurions, and then you have Ratatosk who rules everything. And he's apparently sleeping, that's why the monsters are going crazy. And in addition to that, the Centurions are the ones controlling the weather patterns, and your goal is to free all the Centurions, wake their asses up. That's about as generic as I can get for you. The characters don't measure up to what the first one was, and here's why. Emil's a whiny bitch who just complains, he has no backbone, he's a mouse, he's blah. He's just so boring. I just didn't care for him. Like, if he died, that'd been great. I'd be like, awesome, game over, I don't have to play this anymore. Okay, it wasn't that bad. And then Marta, who is a girl who talks up Emil, and she thinks he's amazing and knight in shining armor and just praises him, and she's in love with him, and she's just all over him. And it's kind of cute at first until it just kind of gets annoying. It's like, can you just get off his nuts, okay? And then, which brings us to her animal companion, Tenebre. Tenebre is like, he's so sophisticated, and he kind of has a little bit of pompousness to him, but he's very technical and knows all the proper terms, and he's just very proper, I guess would be the way to describe him. And he is the Centurion of Darkness, one of Lord Ratatosk's minions. Now, Tenebre blesses Emil with the power of Ratatosk. Emil's eyes turn red, his balls drop, his voice gets deeper, he becomes a badass, and he can fight, he's outspoken, he's a little brute and violent, but it definitely brings a little bit more character to Emil. And in addition to that, you also get the power to make pacts with monsters. And by pacts, I mean capture them. In short, Emil's a Pokemon trainer. Then there is Richter. Richter is arguably the main antagonist of this game. Richter is this red-headed, stoic, kind of standoffish, but stern man. And he's very intimidating. He pushes Emil to be a man instead of a mouse, so he's kind of important. And later you find out why Emil is kind of, sort of, not really important to him. Then there's Alice, who's also under Richter. Alice is a evil, crazy sadist, but she's so cute, which makes it hilarious. Like, she looks like she'd be a good guy. I thought she was a good guy until she opened her mouth and was talking about killing and murder, and she was just really fun. She's very apathetic toward everyone, even her companion Dex. And Dex is her lover. Well, rather, Dex loves her, not really, she loves him. Dex is like the comic relief. He's in love with her, and he just follows her and does whatever she wants, whenever she wants. And he doesn't have much character than that, but seeing their relationship and how they interact with each other is quite humorous. And it adds, a nice kind of comedy. There's that comedy-villain duo. And of course, the other characters do make a cameo. Rain, Zelos, Genus, Lloyd, Colette, Presea, and Regal. They all make an appearance, but the thing with them is they're kind of in and out throughout the entire game. So you don't actually get to keep one of them. They also don't level up. So that's kind of like, you know, it's a bummer, because I mean, Rain and Genus, have them in my party, it's done. The gameplay fell a little flat at first. It was just figuring out what to do. To make a pact, aka capture monsters, was really difficult to figure out. I had to go online to figure out what the hell to do. And if someone has to go online to figure out how to play a game, you didn't explain it well. The monster evolution system fell really flat to me. Let's say you had a wolf, wolf level 1. It evolves, cool, black wolf. Then it evolves into a fennekin, awesome. You want to evolve it again? Sure. It doesn't tell you what it evolves into, by the way. You just evolve it. Fine. So I evolve it, it goes back to a wolf. And it was kind of like, whoa, what happened? I just de-evolved my thing. I understand that the now de-evolved wolf is still stronger than the original wolf you had, but it was still just kind of meh. I was like, oh, okay. And then you had to raise it up again and again and again, and it just kind of rinse and repeat. It just got really repetitive and boring to me. In addition to evolutions, it was cool that if your monster was holding a certain item, it would branch off. So it would be like a wolf, black wolf, and then maybe super wolf instead of fennekin. So that was kind of cool. But the thing is, no one ever told you that. You kind of had to go online like I did. And you're like, oh, cool. However, what I do like about the monsters is how the experience is divided. In any traditional Tales game, you can have 4 characters. You can have, obviously, your main person, and then you can have, like, 3 monsters, or you can have, like, your party, just humans, or whatever. Point is, you can have 4 monsters, or Pokeballs, whatever, on standby. And even if the monster didn't fight, it still got experience. Everyone in your party got experience. So that saved a lot of time. And that was a really great way to level up. It made it easy to level up the monsters. As for the navigation and dungeon crawling, that was actually a lot of fun. They did a really great job with that. You know, in the first one, you had to, like, it was open world, so you just kind of ran everywhere. In this one, you just kind of point and click where you want to go, and it just saved a lot of time. The dungeons were great. You went back to the places where the summon spirits were, and it was just cool to see how it was the same dungeon, but it was just kind of, you know, something happened in there. Like, it's darker than normal, or, you know, the lightning rods are in different places. It was just really cool to go back. It was like just you know, it was just nice. It was nice. So, after telling you about all that, let's just skip to the ending. The ending was, depending on which one you got, was the best or the worst. Well, I got the best ending. Don't mean to brag. And because of my curiosity, I was like, I want to see what the worst ending is. Wow. That sucks. For you who got the worst ending! My final thoughts on the game. Overall, not a bad game. I do wish that one Kratos, which is the first voice you hear in the game, made an appearance. I do also wish that you finally learned the name of the freaking tree. Like, tell me the name! Tales of Symphonia 3. Name of the tree. Working title. Overall, it's a good game. I do recommend you to play it if you haven't already and you have some free time to play. It's a quick game as long as you kind of just go through it. It's not grindy. The story, not as strong as the first one, but still a story worth hearing. And that about concludes it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hey Marta, what's up? Yeah, I was just about to tell him that. Okay. Marta has something to say. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, Marta.